Ethan Carter floated in the small cockpit of his ship, the Starlight Runner, as the asteroid field stretched before him like a dark, endless ocean. He tapped the controls gently, guiding the small craft between jagged rocks that drifted silently in space. Each rock looked ordinary at first, but Ethan's instruments had detected something unusual. A faint energy signature pulsed deep within the field, unlike anything he had ever seen. "Ethan, are you sure about this?" Leela Harper's voice came from the communications headset. She leaned back in her seat in the small control room behind the cockpit, scanning the readings. Leela was always cautious, the more careful mind to Ethan's impulsive one. "Asteroid fields are dangerous. If your readings are off, we could crash before we even find anything." Ethan grinned. "That's the fun part, isn't it? Come on, Leela, something is out there. I can feel it. This isn't just random energy, it's alive." Leela raised an eyebrow, clearly unconvinced, but she didn't argue. She trusted Ethan enough to follow him into danger, even if it made her stomach twist with worry. The Starlight Runner moved slowly through the tight cluster of rocks. Ethan's eyes flicked over the readings. The energy signature grew stronger with each passing minute. His heart began to beat faster. The glow of the instruments reflected off his face, highlighting his excitement. And then they saw it. A massive shadow hung in the distance, partially hidden behind a ring of asteroids. It was enormous, far larger than any ship Ethan had ever seen. Its surface was dark and scarred, like the hull of a warship that had fought 1,000 battles and survived 1,000 more. Faint lights flickered along its edges as if the ship itself were breathing in the cold void of space. Leela's voice was barely audible over the comm. "Ethan, that thing, it's huge. What is it?" Ethan didn't answer right away. His breath caught in his throat as he stared. The ship seemed impossible. It looked ancient, yet somehow alive. Its size was difficult to judge from this distance. It could have been the size of a small city or larger. He adjusted the ship's sensors, trying to get a clearer reading. It's calling out," Ethan said slowly, almost to himself. "I can't explain it. There's something inside. I think it wants help." Leela frowned, skepticism in her tone. "Ethan, you're imagining things. Ships don't call out, they're machines." Ethan shook his head. "I'm not imagining it. I feel it. It's waiting for someone. It knows we're here." The small ship moved closer, gliding cautiously between massive floating rocks. The shadow of the giant ship grew larger until its shape was clear. It was a warship, but not like any human ship. Its lines were elegant, almost organic, with curves that suggested advanced engineering far beyond anything humans had built. Faint traces of light ran across its hull in patterns that looked like veins. When Ethan's ship reached a safe distance, he activated the comm system to hail the enormous craft. A moment passed. Then very faintly, a voice filled Ethan's mind. "Human help, please." Ethan froze. He glanced at Leela, who stared at him with wide eyes. "Did you hear that?" he asked, his voice trembling. Leela shook her head. "Hear what?" "It spoke inside my head. The ship, it spoke." Leela stared at him for a long moment, her hand trembling slightly. "Inside your head, Ethan, that's impossible." "I know what I heard," he said firmly. "It wants us to save it." The voice spoke again, more clearly now, though it was still soft, almost a whisper. "Trapped, broken, awaken." Leela swallowed hard. "This is insane. Ships don't talk. It's just a malfunctioning system." "Maybe some ancient AI, that's all." Ethan shook his head, his determination growing. "No, Leela, this is alive. I can feel it. We have to board it. We have to see what's inside." Leela hesitated. She always trusted Ethan, but this was dangerous. The ship could be unstable, or it could be a trap, but even as she argued silently with herself, curiosity gnawed at her. The thought of discovering something no human had ever seen was too tempting. "Okay," she said finally, "but we proceed carefully. If anything goes wrong, we leave immediately." Ethan smiled, feeling the surge of hope. "Deal." They maneuvered the Starlight Runner toward a large docking bay on the side of the warship. It looked ancient, its edges chipped and corroded from centuries of neglect. As they approached, the bay slowly opened, almost as if the ship were welcoming them. Ethan took a deep breath. "Here we go," he said, gripping the controls. The small ship glided inside. The interior of the warship was massive, far larger than the exterior suggested. Light filtered in through gaps in the hull, casting long shadows on the floors and walls. Dust drifted in slow spirals through the air, illuminated by faint streaks of energy that ran like rivers along the walls. Leela glanced around, her mouth slightly open. This is incredible. I've never seen technology like this. Ethan moved carefully, his eyes scanning everything. Look at the scale of it. This ship must have been built to fight entire fleets. We're small compared to it. As they walked deeper, the ship's voice came again, stronger this time. Ethan, Leela, help me awake. Ethan stopped and looked at the flickering lights along the walls. It knows our names. Leela, it knows us. Leela's eyes widened. It's like it can sense us, but how? The corridors twisted and curved in ways that made her feel dizzy. The ship seemed alive, breathing and moving with them as they walked. Strange patterns glowed faintly on the walls, and soft vibrations hummed under their feet. Finally, they reached a massive chamber. In the center lay the heart of the warship, a glowing core, dark and fractured, pulsing weakly as if it were wounded. Sparks ran along broken conduits, and the hum of power was irregular. Ethan approached cautiously. This must be its main system, its heart. If we can fix this, maybe it can fully wake up. The ship spoke again, its voice urgent now. Repair, restore, danger, approaching. Leela looked around, her engineering mind already working. Ethan, these systems are ancient. I don't even know where to start. The circuits are unlike anything human-made. Ethan knelt beside the core. We start small. We stabilize the main flow. We make it safe. Hours passed as they worked. Sparks flew, tools clanged against metal, and the faint hum of the ship grew steadier. Slowly, the core began to glow brighter, the energy flowing more evenly. The ship's voice became clearer, more coherent. Thank you, human, awake, Ethan grinned. You hear that, Leela? It's alive, and it's thanking us. Leela shook her head, amazed. I don't know if this is real or a hallucination, but I can feel it too. It's like it's responding to us. Suddenly, alarms rang out across the ship. Red lights flashed, and the hum of power intensified. Ethan's heart leapt. What now? The ship's voice was urgent. Intruders, danger, they are coming. Leela's eyes widened. Aliens? Ethan nodded. Seems like it. Whatever attacked this ship before, it might be coming back. We have to be ready. The derelict warship pulsed with energy as if it were responding to Ethan's presence. The lights along the corridors glowed brighter, and the ship seemed to shift slightly, like a living creature rising from a long sleep. Ethan took a deep breath, looking at Leela. We're in this together. We either save this ship or we become history. Leela nodded firmly. Let's do it for the ship and for ourselves. The two humans stood side by side as the ship stirred around them. The derelict warship had awakened, and it had chosen its rescuers. Its enormous power slumbered, waiting for human hands to guide it. And Ethan Carter, a mechanic with nothing but courage and curiosity, knew that the adventure they were about to begin would change the galaxy forever. Outside, in the cold expanse of space, small dots of alien ships appeared on the sensors. They were coming, drawn to the warship's reawakening, but Ethan did not falter. The ship's faint pulse matched his own heartbeat. Together, human and warship, they would face whatever came next. The warship's voice was calm now, almost comforting. Human protector, together unstoppable, Ethan smiled. Yeah, together. And so, deep in an abandoned corner of the galaxy, a human stepped into destiny. The derelict colossal warship had found its savior, and nothing would ever be the same. The derelict warship, the Aegis, shifted slightly under Ethan's feet as if it were stretching after a long sleep. Its lights pulsed softly, casting a calm glow across the vast chamber. Ethan and Leela stepped back, letting the ship's energy flow over them. It's bigger than I thought, Leela said quietly, looking at the walls. I mean, I knew it was huge, but being inside, it feels alive. Ethan nodded. I told you, it's not just a machine. It's something else. The ship's voice echoed again in Ethan's mind, calm now. You, awaken, protector, together, power. Ethan took a deep breath. It wants me to understand it. We need to explore more, Leela. If this ship survived centuries, there must be systems we can use. Leela hesitated. Ethan, we don't even know what we're getting into. We could trigger something, or worse, some trap. Ethan smiled faintly. No traps that I've ever faced could compare to this. It's been waiting for someone like us. It's trusted us so far. That counts for something. Together, they moved deeper into the ship, down long corridors that twisted and bent in ways that made them feel slightly dizzy. The walls glowed faintly with veins of energy, like the ship had a circulatory system. Dust floated in the soft light, shimmering in the air. This is incredible, Leela whispered. I've worked on old human ships before, but nothing like this. The materials, the energy, it's centuries ahead of anything we've ever seen. Ethan stopped at a control panel. It was enormous, made of metal and crystal, with shapes and symbols he had never seen before. "Maybe we can start here," he said, reaching out. As his hand touched the surface, the panel lit up, responding to him. Lights moved across it, forming patterns that felt almost like a language. "Wait," Leela said. "Are you sure it's safe?" The ship's voice echoed softly, almost like a whisper. "Safe, trust, human." Ethan's hand hovered over the panel, then pressed a glowing symbol. A holographic display appeared in front of them. It showed the ship from the inside, its sections, and large areas that were inactive or damaged. "Look at this," Ethan said, pointing. "Some parts are still running, others need repair. This ship could be alive again if we fix it." Leela studied the display. "It's incredible. I've never seen systems like this. It's like it thinks for itself, and it's telling us how to fix it." The ship's voice became clearer. "Repair, restore, awaken." Ethan's eyes lit up. "See. It's guiding us. We just have to follow." For the next few hours, they worked together, moving through the ship's massive corridors. They stabilized the main power core and repaired small circuits. Every time they fixed a section, the ship pulsed more brightly, as if it were breathing more easily. "This is amazing," Leela said, wiping sweat from her forehead. "I can feel it responding to us. It's like it knows we're helping." Ethan smiled. "Yeah, and it trusts humans. That's something no alien ship has ever done before." As they worked, Ethan noticed strange compartments along the walls. He opened one and found a series of weapons, ancient, sleek, and unlike anything humans had built. Energy-based weapons, massive shields, and strange devices that hummed with potential power. "Leela, look at this," Ethan whispered. "These weapons, they're enormous. If we can understand them, we could." He stopped, realizing the thought sounded dangerous. The ship's voice filled his mind again. "Caution, control, protector," Leela nodded. "It's warning us. We can't just use this like a normal weapon. We need to understand it first." They moved to the ship's bridge, an enormous room with view screens that stretched over hundreds of meters. The floor glowed softly beneath their feet, and controls hovered in the air, reacting to their movements. "This is insane," Leela said. "I don't even know where to start." "Everything here is alive." Ethan walked to the center of the bridge. "Then we start by listening. The ship is giving us instructions. If we pay attention, we can learn, and maybe, just maybe, we can restore it fully." Suddenly, the ship's voice changed, urgent this time. "Alert, approaching danger." Ethan and Leela exchanged a glance. "What kind of danger?" Leela asked. The ship answered before Ethan could. "Others, they want control, destroy." Ethan's heart raced. "Aliens," he said quietly. "They must have been following this ship before it was abandoned, and now they know it's awake." Leela's eyes widened. "So we're not alone." Ethan nodded, a serious expression on his face. "No, but we're ready. The ship is alive now. It knows us, and it will help us." They moved to the ship's weapon systems. Ethan studied the controls carefully. He pressed buttons, trying to understand how the weapons worked. The ship responded to his touch, activating shields and sensors. Holographic diagrams appeared, showing how energy could flow through the ship. "This is incredible," Leela said, her eyes wide. "It's like the ship is alive, and it's teaching us. Humans, it wants humans to control it." Ethan grinned. "I told you humans are special." Hours passed, and the ship continued to awaken. Lights pulsed along the corridors, energy flowed more evenly through the hull, and the ship's voice became calm, steady, and strong. "Awakened, protector, ready." Ethan looked at Leela. "It's ready, almost fully restored. We just need to finish a few more repairs, and it will be complete." Leela nodded, determination in her eyes. "Then let's do it. We can't stop now." They worked through the night, moving through the ship's massive corridors, repairing broken circuits, stabilizing energy flows, and activating dormant systems. The ship hummed with energy, responding to their efforts. At one point, Ethan found a small chamber filled with ancient star maps. They were massive, showing entire galaxies with markings he did not understand. "Look at this," Ethan said. "This ship has seen the whole galaxy. It knows more than any human ever could." Leela studied the maps. "It's like it's waiting for someone to guide it, and now it has us." The ship's voice filled their minds again. "Knowledge, power, protector, ready." Ethan smiled. "It trusts us, and I trust it. Together we can face anything." Suddenly, alarms blared across the ship. Red lights flashed, and the hum of energy intensified. Ethan's heart raced. "They're here," he said. "The aliens, they're coming for the ship." Leela's eyes widened. "We need to prepare, but can the ship fight, or is it just us?" The ship's voice was calm, confident. Protector, human, guide, strength. Ethan nodded. It's ready, and so are we. They moved to the bridge again, standing side by side. The Aegis pulsed with power around them, its energy flowing through the ship like a living heartbeat. The alien ships were closing in, small dots on the sensors, but Ethan felt no fear. The ship had chosen them. It trusted humans. Let them come, Ethan said quietly. They won't know what hit them. Leela smiled faintly. Yeah, together. The derelict warship, once silent and abandoned, was now alive. Its enormous power flowed through the hull, responding to Ethan and Leela. The humans had awakened a giant, and the galaxy was about to see what humans and their ingenuity could do when given a chance to guide something greater than themselves. As they prepared for the first encounter, Ethan felt a strange sense of calm. The ship's voice was steady in his mind. Protector, guide, human ready? He looked at Leela. We're ready. Let's see what humans can do. The stars outside the hull stretched endlessly, but inside the ship was alive, pulsing, and waiting for action. The adventure had just begun, and the derelict Colossal Warship had found its human saviors. Together, they would face the dangers of the galaxy, and nothing would ever be the same. The derelict warship, the Aegis, now pulsed with steady energy, its massive hull glowing softly in the darkness of space. Ethan Carter and Leela Harper stood on the bridge, watching the stars stretch endlessly outside. Small blips on the sensors marked the approach of alien ships. They were cautious, but clearly interested in the awakening of the colossal vessel. Ethan's hands rested on the controls, feeling the ship respond to him. They don't know what we're capable of yet, he said quietly. They think we're just humans, weak and unimportant. Leela's eyes scanned the instruments. But the ship, it's huge. It can fight them, right? We just need to figure out how. The Aegis hummed beneath their feet, almost like it understood their thoughts. Its voice spoke in their minds. Ready, protect, human, guide, strength. Ethan nodded. I think it's telling us we can do this. We just need to be smart. It's not about just firing weapons. We have to outthink them. The alien fleet grew closer, and Ethan could see the shapes of their ships on the sensors. Sleek, dark vessels, armed and fast, moving with deadly precision. They were clearly experienced warriors, but they had underestimated humans. Ethan, Leela said, pointing at the readings. They're scanning the ship. They know it's alive. If they touch it, they'll destroy it. Ethan's jaw tightened. Then we can't let them. We need to act first. Show them what humans can do. He pressed a sequence of controls, and the Aegis responded immediately. Energy shields spread across the hull, glowing brightly. Weapon systems came online, humming softly, awaiting command. Ethan felt the ship's power flow through him, almost like a second heartbeat. Leela frowned. Ethan, these controls, they're alien. How do you know what to do? Ethan smiled faintly. I don't, but the ship, it's guiding me. I just have to listen. The first wave of alien ships appeared in visual range, dark silhouettes against the stars. They fired long-range energy blasts, but the Aegis shields absorbed the attacks without faltering. Sparks of energy danced along the hull, but the ship held steady. It's amazing, Leela said, her voice trembling. It's like it's alive and it trusts us. Ethan nodded. Exactly, and now it's time to show them that humans are more than they think. He activated the ship's weapons. Massive energy cannons glowed on the hull, powered by the ship's core. Holographic targeting systems lit up, highlighting the alien ships. Ethan moved his hands in a sequence, and the cannons fired with incredible precision. One by one, the alien ships exploded in brilliant flashes of light. Leela gasped. Ethan, you're amazing, and the ship, it's incredible. The Aegis pulsed happily, responding to their success. Protector, human, power, guide. Ethan grinned. See, told you. Humans and this ship are unstoppable. But the alien fleet was not done. More ships appeared, larger this time, moving in tight formations. They were clearly trying to flank the Aegis and cut off any escape. Leela's voice was tense. Ethan, they're surrounding us. We can't fight them all head-on. Ethan's mind raced. He studied the sensors, searching for a pattern, a weakness. And then he saw it, a small gap between two asteroids nearby. Leela, we can lure them through the field. They won't be able to maneuver as well as we can. Leela's eyes widened. You mean use the asteroids as cover? That's risky. Ethan shrugged. Risky is our middle name. The Aegis shifted gently, responding to Ethan's plan. Its engines hummed, and the ship began to move slowly toward the asteroid field. The alien ships followed, sensing an easy target, unaware of the trap. Ready? Ethan asked. Leela nodded. Ready. The Aegis weaved between the asteroids, its massive hull moving surprisingly gracefully. The alien ships tried to follow but collided with the rocks, taking damage or being destroyed outright. Ethan guided the ship carefully, anticipating every move. The Aegis weapons fired automatically when targets came into range, cutting through the enemy with precision. This is incredible, Leela whispered. We're actually doing it. Ethan's grin widened. Of course we are. The aliens didn't expect humans to think like this. The Aegis pulsed with energy, almost as if it were proud of its human partners. Its voice spoke in Ethan's mind. Human, clever, guide, victory, strength. Hours passed as they fought through the alien fleet, using every trick they could. Ethan's human intuition, combined with the ship's alien technology, allowed them to outmaneuver and outthink the enemy at every turn. At one point, a massive alien warship appeared, much larger than the others. Its energy weapons glowed menacingly, and Ethan knew it could destroy the Aegis if it hit directly. We have to be smart, he said quietly. We can't fight it head-on. Leela, think fast. Leela scanned the readings. There's an energy conduit running along the asteroid belt. If we can lure the warship near it, we can use the ship's energy to overload its systems. Ethan nodded. Perfect. Let's do it. They maneuvered the Aegis carefully, leading the massive alien ship along the path Leela had identified. The alien vessel fired relentlessly, but the shields held, and Ethan's strategy kept them just out of reach. Now, Leela shouted. Ethan activated the Aegis energy projection. A massive surge of power shot out, striking the alien ship's engines and core simultaneously. The vessel shuddered violently, then exploded in a brilliant cascade of light. Leela cheered. We did it! We actually did it! The smaller remaining ships turned back, retreating in fear. Ethan smiled, feeling the surge of adrenaline. Humans, we're better than they thought, and this ship, it's incredible. Together, nothing can stop us. The Aegis pulsed strongly now, its energy flowing evenly through the hull. Its voice was calm and steady, almost proud. Protector, human, power, clever, ready? Ethan looked at Leela. We've tested it, we've fought together, and we've won, but this is only the beginning. There's more out there, bigger threats, and we're going to be ready. Leela nodded, a determined look on her face. We have the ship, we have each other, and we have human ingenuity. Nothing can stop us. Ethan leaned back, letting the ship's energy flow through him. Yeah, nothing. For the first time, he realized the true potential of what they had awakened. The Aegis was not just a warship. It was a living weapon, capable of adapting and responding to its human partners. And humans were the key to unlocking its full potential. The stars outside stretched endlessly, but Ethan and Leela felt no fear. The galaxy was vast, filled with dangers, but they had something the aliens did not expect. Human creativity, courage, and a bond with a weapon unlike any other. The Aegis hummed gently, as if agreeing. Its lights pulsed in harmony with Ethan's heartbeat. Ethan, Leela said quietly, we need to understand this ship fully. We need to learn everything about it. If the galaxy comes after us again, we have to be ready. Ethan nodded. We will, and we'll do more than survive. We'll show the galaxy what humans can do. We'll turn this ship into the ultimate weapon, not for conquest, but for protection. The derelict Colossal Warship, once silent and abandoned, was now awake, powerful, and guided by humans. Ethan and Leela had proven that intelligence, strategy, and courage could overcome raw power. They had outsmarted an entire fleet of alien ships and survived. And as the stars shimmered around them, Ethan felt a surge of hope and determination. This was only the beginning. The Aegis had awakened, and humans had proven their worth. The galaxy would never underestimate them again. The ship's voice echoed in their minds one last time for that battle. Human, guide, protector, strength, unstoppable. Ethan smiled, looking at Leela. Yeah, unstoppable. Together, the adventure continued, and the galaxy had yet to see the full power of humans combined with a weapon that was more than a machine. Ethan Carter stood on the bridge of the Aegis, feeling the ship's power flow through him like a pulse in his own veins. Leela Harper stood beside him, her eyes bright with determination and awe. The derelict Colossal Warship had fully awakened, and every system was operational. The galaxy had no idea what was coming. Ethan, Leela said quietly, we fought their scouts. But bigger fleets are out there. They'll come for us in numbers we can't handle. Ethan nodded. I know, but we're ready. This ship, it's more than just a weapon. It's alive and it trusts us. We can face anything as long as we think smart and work together. The Aegis pulsed beneath them, the lights along the corridors glowing in a steady rhythm. Its voice echoed in their minds, calm and confident. "Protector, human guide, strength unstoppable, ready?" Ethan smiled faintly. "Yeah, ready." Outside, the sensors lit up. A massive alien armada was approaching, faster and larger than anything they had faced before. Ethan could see dozens of warships, some bigger than the Aegis itself. He took a deep breath. "This is it, the big one." Leela's hands flew across the controls, activating shields and scanning for weaknesses. "Ethan, if we try to fight them directly, we'll be destroyed. We need a plan." Ethan studied the sensors. "We've outsmarted them before. We'll do it again. They think they can use numbers to crush us, but they've never faced humans guiding something like this." The alien fleet opened fire, massive energy beams slicing through space. The Aegis shields flared, absorbing the attacks with ease. Sparks of energy danced across the hull, but the ship held steady. "They're strong," Leela said, her voice tense. "Much stronger than the scouts." Ethan's jaw tightened. "Strength isn't everything, strategy is. Humans think differently, and we have the ship on our side." The Aegis pulsed with energy, responding to their determination. Its voice spoke clearly, almost proud. "Human guide, protector, clever, ready?" Ethan grinned. "See, we've got this." He activated the ship's main weapons. Massive energy cannons glowed along the hull, ready to fire. Holographic targeting systems lit up, showing the positions of every alien ship. Ethan moved his hands, guided by the Aegis, and fired. Beams of concentrated energy struck alien vessels, tearing them apart with precision. Leela's eyes widened. "Ethan, the ship, it's incredible, every shot is perfect." The Aegis hummed, almost like laughter. "Human, clever, protector, unstoppable." But the alien armada did not retreat. They adapted, trying to surround the Aegis, cutting off any escape. Ethan studied the sensors, searching for a way to turn the battle to their advantage. "There," he shouted. "There's a cluster of asteroids near the edge of the system. If we lead them there, we can use the environment. They won't maneuver well, but we will." Leela nodded. "Risky, but it could work. Let's do it." The Aegis moved gracefully through space, weaving between the asteroids with Ethan at the controls. The alien ships followed, firing relentlessly, but colliding with rocks or being destroyed by the Aegis' precise attacks. Ethan and Leela worked in perfect harmony, guiding the ship through the field, predicting every move the aliens would make. Hours passed as the battle raged. The Aegis fired continuously, its energy flowing through the hull, responding to Ethan's commands. The alien fleet was decimated, their ships destroyed or fleeing in fear. "They're retreating," Leela whispered, exhaustion in her voice. "We did it. We actually did it." Ethan's smile was wide, but his mind was already thinking ahead. "This is only the beginning. They'll come back, bigger fleets, more advanced ships, but the Aegis and humans will be ready." The Aegis pulsed strongly now, its energy stable and powerful. Its voice spoke in their minds, calm and confident. "Protector, human, guide, strength, victory, ready?" Ethan nodded. "Yes, victory, but we don't just fight for survival, we fight to protect. That's what humans do." Leela smiled faintly. "And the ship, it knows that. It trusts us to guide it wisely." Ethan leaned back, letting the ship's energy flow through him. "We've proven it. Humans are clever, fearless, and resourceful. No one can underestimate us now." They spent the next few hours exploring the ship further. Ethan discovered massive energy cores, alien systems that could manipulate gravity, shields that could expand across entire star systems, and weapons that could destroy planets if used recklessly. "This is more than a warship," Ethan said, awe in his voice. "It's a guardian. A weapon that can protect the galaxy if we use it wisely." Leela nodded. "And humans were the only ones who can guide it. Aliens can't control it, only we can." The Aegis spoke softly, almost like a whisper. "Human, protector, guide, wisdom, strength," Ethan grinned. "Exactly. Together, nothing can stop us." Days passed as they trained with the ship, learning its systems and capabilities. They simulated battles, tested the weapons, and explored the massive corridors that seemed endless. The Aegis responded to their commands with intelligence and precision, adapting to their strategies and teaching them new ways to use its power. "We've come a long way," Leela said one evening, looking out at the stars. "From finding it abandoned to now it's alive and we're partners. Humans and this ship were unstoppable." Ethan nodded. "Yes, but there's more to do. We can't just fight for ourselves. We have to protect others. The galaxy is bigger than us and there are threats out there we haven't even seen yet." The Aegis pulsed in agreement. Protector, human, guide, strength, unstoppable, Ethan smiled. Yeah, unstoppable. Suddenly, sensors picked up a new fleet approaching. This time it was massive, hundreds of ships, advanced and well-coordinated. Ethan and Leela looked at each other. They're coming for us again, Leela said, a mixture of fear and excitement in her voice. Ethan's eyes shone. Let them come, we're ready. Humans have something they'll never understand, intelligence, courage, and trust in the impossible. And we have the Aegis. The alien fleet opened fire, energy beams slicing through space. The Aegis shields flared, absorbing the attacks without faltering. Ethan guided the ship through the onslaught, dodging attacks and firing precise counterattacks. Leela's hands flew across the controls, activating advanced systems they had learned to master over the past days. The Aegis pulsed with energy, responding to their commands, firing massive energy beams that tore through the alien vessels. Hours passed. The battle was fierce, but Ethan's human creativity, combined with the ship's alien technology, allowed them to outmaneuver and destroy the enemy. The alien fleet was decimated, and the survivors fled, terrified of the ship and the humans controlling it. The Aegis pulsed strongly, its energy stable and powerful. Its voice echoed in their minds, calm and proud. Human protector, guide, strength, victory, unstoppable, Ethan smiled, looking at Leela. We've done it. Together, humans and the Aegis, we've shown the galaxy what we can do. Leela nodded, exhausted but proud. We've proven that humans aren't weak. We're clever, resourceful, and fearless, and we've got the Aegis to help us protect the galaxy. Ethan leaned back, letting the ship's energy flow through him. This is just the beginning. There are more threats, more challenges, but humans are ready. And the Aegis, it's our partner. Together, we're unstoppable. The stars outside shimmered endlessly, but inside the ship pulsed with life and energy. Ethan and Leela had awakened a colossal power, a weapon that was more than a machine. It was alive, and it had chosen humans as its protectors. The galaxy would never forget the day humans proved their worth. With intelligence, courage, and a bond with a weapon beyond imagination, they had changed the balance of power forever. The Aegis voice spoke one last time for that day. Human guide, protector, strength, unstoppable, eternal, Ethan smiled, looking at Leela. Yeah, eternal, together. And so, in the vast expanse of space, a human mechanic and an engineer had awakened a colossal warship, faced the galaxy's deadliest fleets, and proven that humans, with courage and cleverness, could become the ultimate protectors of the stars. The adventure was far from over, but one thing was certain. The galaxy had met humans, and it would never be the same again. Derelict Colossal Warship pleads for rescue. A human turns it into the ultimate galactic weapon.